Unit 6, The Taming of the Giant Beetle. The following is based on a true story. Only the names, places, and events have been changed. Holy cow! Would you look at the size of that thing? My friend Christian screamed. The sight of a monstrous creature emerging from the jungle and slowly lumbering onto a path in front of him caused his eyes to bug out of his head. He stopped dead in his tracks, as if frozen in time. "What are you freaking out about?" I asked as I rounded the corner behind him. From my vantage point, which was slightly downhill of him, I saw nothing. "You see a bee or something, you little sissy?" Christian stuttered incoherently. But. "Spit it out," I yelled. But. Butterfly? Maybe he had seen something. Why else would a 6-foot 2-inch black man be scared out of his wits? We had seen a sign warning of snakes in the area. So maybe that was it. It seemed to make sense. "Let me handle this," I said confidently as I passed Christian in a small pool of urine that had trickled down his leg. I turned to face him and said, reassuringly, "I know enough about snakes, so don't worry. Just remain calm and show me where it is." But. He stuttered again, while slowly raising his stiffened with fright arm and pointing at the large creature behind me that I still assumed was a snake. I swung my head around to where he was pointing and then jumped back like a man who had just seen his wife without makeup for the first time. It definitely wasn't a snake. But, I mocked. "You mean beetle! Big freaking beetle. Look at the size of that thing." The enormous rhinoceros beetle seemed to have little interest in us. The horn on his snout made him undeniably male, continued awkwardly walking across the path and was about to disappear into the undergrowth on the other side when I yelled for him to stop. Surprisingly enough, it did. "Are you crazy?" Christian whispered without moving his lips. "Just let him go." "This is the chance of a lifetime," I told my motionless friend. "I have to at least get a picture before it takes off. It could make me famous." "Yeah, famous for being the first person eaten alive by a gigantic bug," he said, while unfreezing his body and slowly moving backwards. "Whatever, dude. That thing gives me the heebie-jeebies." I knew that rhinoceros beetles ate nectar and fruit, so I wasn't too worried. But in the back of my mind, I also knew that they were the strongest animal on the planet in relation to their size. If he wanted to, he could easily do me in or toss me into a tree. Still, the opportunity to be the first to capture a picture of this enormous new species compelled me forward. Suddenly, the beetle tried to take flight, but his massive weight prevented him from getting off the ground. Without thinking, I tossed the camera to Christian and ran for the massive beetle. I couldn't let it get away. "Quick! He's getting away! Take a picture!" I ordered Christian as I leapt onto the behemoth's back. For some reason, known only to the beetle, he stood still. Perhaps he was up for having his picture taken, or maybe he was just shocked that someone would be stupid enough to jump on his back. "Take it! Take it!" I insistently yelled. Christian, still a bit hesitant about being anywhere near the beast, fumbled with the camera. Finally, he managed to get a shot, and not a moment too soon. When the beetle heard the sound of the shutter going off, he got spooked and sprang forward, sending me head over heels onto the ground, like a cowboy who had just been bucked off a wild horse. I lay there in daze. You okay, man? Christian loudly asked from a safe distance away. I stood up and dusted myself off. Never better, I responded. Never better. When the pictures of the new species of giant beetle hit the news, it sent the scientific community into a frenzy. Entomologists from across the globe flocked to the area where I had taken the renowned picture to see the beetle for themselves, but no one ever found it. It was as if the colossal insect had just vanished back to a time when giants roamed the earth. The only proof that it actually ever existed is in the picture that Christian had taken, and in the statue that locals erected in my honor, immortalizing me forever.